Take a picture. Do. Yay,
Well,
evidence
if a picture's
collection.
worth 1,000 words, we got several thousand here telling us what went down. The Vic was hit at least twice. Pattern in her position relative to it tells us so. The first blow probably caused the puncture wound and sent her to the ground. The second blow, while she was down, created the blood spatter.
And that is something they actually did get right. Whenever there's well, like it shows, there's only one cast-off pattern. They were right in saying that the first blow does not always draw blood when it's a blunt instrument. Because the first blow, you just kind of knocks them out. The second blow, I don't know if you heard that, but I just hit my head. I get very animate when I talk about CSI stuff. The second blow does draw blood. Well, if it's a hard enough force. But yes, this would, the way the spatter is, and just so you guys know, I have taken proper blood spatter spatter classes, so I think I might have just said splatter. I'm sorry if I did. I feel really stupid actually for saying that. But yes, the blood spatter actually is, I have taken blood spatter classes, so I've actually dealt with stuff like this. It wasn't human blood, but I have looked at horse's blood doing this, and that's not really, I mean, I'm just looking at it since these are like all like very, why is it all, okay, that's weird that it's, okay. With them being very long and thin like that, that's saying it's pretty close to the wall, because you just do a very simple equation to follow the, I mean, I guess since I just took a whole semester of doing this, I can kind of tell roughly where everything was. That is kind of close to how, the blood spatter pattern is kind of close to how she is laying there. It's about maybe 10 degrees of impact, so yeah, she'd have been down on the ground by the time she was hit again. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we have to collect the blood with yes, we can use tweezers. Actually, not really. If you use a different tool, he's like, that's not the right tool you need. But it's all very muffled, so we're just gonna collect the right blood the first time. Yay, we got blood.
Whoa. With a rock like that left behind, I doubt we have a robbery. This was personal.
Really? That's, how do you know? And remember, we took a picture of this first.
The blood flowed from the head wound and naturally pooled around her. That suggests she bled to death right here.
Really? You're making kind of nice assumptions there, even though you just got here. I mean, I know they're all right, but you never make assumptions when you're here. Let's get it from the floor. I don't think there's actually anything else on the body for right now. Actually, let me just check real. Wait, oop. Oh, there it is. I see that. Remember, we've taken pictures.
That's no human hair. It's too thick. Some kind of animal, maybe.
Really? I wouldn't have known that. But you know what? This is also another reason why I hate the CSI shows. Everyone's apparently an expert in every fucking thing. I have been in college for 6 years. I've taken about 3.5 years worth of forensics classes. I've never looked at hair. I never have. I've looked at gunshot residue. I've looked at tool marks. I've looked at blood. I've looked at fingerprints. I've looked at impression evidence. But I've never looked at hair and fibers. We spent one class period, one time, looking at hairs. But I know there are microscopy classes. But you see, the thing is, I don't find forensics microscopy fun. So, and that's just another thing. Like, if everyone's an expert, why do we need so many people in this show? Why can't we just have one person? Isn't that what Abby is in NCIS? But you know what? I'm not even going there. I don't watch any of these shows. This is a let's play of, let me show you how to do things the right way. And can I take any more? Let's see. Check anything else I can. I don't think I can examine anything else. I don't want to talk to them just yet because they talk so freaking much. Well, as you can see, there's something missing here. Let's look at these things.
A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there.
Shut up, Warwick. Anything here? Nope.
A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there.
Okay, let's check this out. Now, I actually didn't notice this, but there's a little...
60 large for an earthbound bird? If art theft was the motivation, why not take the other two birds as well?
Sorry, I had to mute my microphone. I just sneezed really loudly, and I bet you didn't want to hear that. Yeah, there's a lovely fingerprint smudge right here. And, yeah, I've used this in Hydrin. I've used it quite a bit. I've used it a few, yeah. Brush and powder, very messy. We'll get the fingerprints.
Nice catch. Whoever bagged our bird may have left that print.
I hate these puns so damn much. Okay, now, I don't know if Warwick actually says anything, but we'll talk to... Like, I mean, just be like, do you need a hint?
Hey, do you need a hint?
No, fuck you, Warwick. I can get it myself. Okay, so, we're just gonna talk to this guy, and he has a lot to say. I'm not even... And just so you know, whenever I'm listening... When I first played this, this case, I couldn't tell if the guy was just lying, or, you know, was doing weird things with his voice, or the voice acting was just bad. It could be a possibility of all three, but I just blame bad voice acting. So, I'm not going to talk while he's interrogating him, just because there's nothing for me to make a joke about. There's just so much damn dialogue in this game, so here we go. What is your name?
This is the Nathan Ackerman Fine Arts Studio, and I am Nathan Ackerman. My art? Displaying the creativity and, on occasion, the genius of my exhibitors, in a setting that is itself a work of art.
Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Please do. Consider me your host and ally. Don't hesitate to ask if I can help you resolve this affair quickly and cleanly.
I'll see what we can do. But, Mr. Ackerman, there's nothing clean about murder.
Sorry, I hate when they do puns like that, and I hate it. There's nothing clean about murder. Actually, murder can be clean. Have you heard of lethal injection? That's technically classified as a murder. Just so you know.
I was out briefly on an errand, and to my devastation, I discovered a client, Rachel Maddox, dead on my gallery floor. You must understand that this is a crushing blow. Rachel was an excellent client and a dear friend. I can't imagine who would do such a thing. Perhaps a vagrant or one of these psychopathic killers you read so much about? Rachel was about to be a bride. She had commissioned a painting and a sculpture, both of herself, for her wedding from one of my best artists. Unfortunately, he can also be one of my slowest artists, and Rachel and her fiancé were, well, let's say, fit to be tied that the art pieces, which were due some time ago, were not ready. I had an emergency overnight artwork delivery to ship. I needed to leave by 5 p.m., but Rachel was adamant we had to wait for the artist to come. I really shouldn't have left the two of them alone in the gallery, but they were respectable clients. Anyway, Rachel refused to leave. She said she was staying put just in case. I believe her words were, "Irresponsible ass of an artist does me the supreme favor of showing up." So that's how I came to leave the two of them here, and I had intended to be back before we closed at 6. As it was 6:10 before I returned, and found the door wide open, and Rachel in this terrible posture. As for her fiancé, he was nowhere to be seen. This is the most ghastly thing that has ever happened at the Nathan Ackerman Fine Arts Studio. What kind of mad beast are we dealing with here? Patrick Milton. Many of the works in this showroom are in fact his. He is not a critical darling, considered by some too commercial, but the public loves him, and as long as they do, so do I. Ah, that was the spark that lit the fuse of the argument between Rachel and Mark. The artist had vowed to be here with the finished painting and sculpture first thing this morning, but he didn't show up at all. Not the first time, and Rachel flew into a rage when he did not appear. Heavens, our association goes back years, almost a decade. Quite frankly, he's the star here. I've displayed and sold hundreds of his works. I could have sold more, but he misses so many deadlines. No matter how hard I tried to breed professionalism into his artist soul, I failed. Still, it does sell. Ridiculous as it might seem, no. I have never once, in all the years of our very successful association, even seen his studio. As I say, he's quirky. Private to the point of reclusiveness. Oh, but of course I have a phone number and a P.O. box. He wants his checks, after all.
That'll be enough to track him. Thanks, Mr. Ackerman.